We out here, baby. You know, we in here, whatever you all want to say. So, what is happening? What is happening, people? Shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Hopefully the sound is good. We're still working through the mic. Shout out to, as Kevin Samuels would say, of you on YouTube. We build it as we fly it. So check that out. I've also ordered a soundboard that should be here tomorrow. I don't know what time. It just says it'll be here before 10 p.m. So I may be possibly on Saturday morning. We may. The mic is low. Okay, thank you very much. Let's go ahead and let's turn it up right here. And let's see if we can turn it up right here as well. All right, I just turned it up. Hopefully that's a little bit better. That's better? All right, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Like I said, getting the settings down. Big shout out to CRU, Foundational Negro, FBA himself. Send me some settings. We're going to go ahead and now it's distorted. Okay. All right, let me turn it down just a little bit more. Okay, now I'm at 12 decibels. And let me do it up here because I'm right up next to it. So I'm still trying to learn how to use this mic. So let me, whoop, hit the wrong button there. Okay. How about right now? I'm just turning it down. So tell me when to stop. Sounds like I'm screaming through a megaphone. Okay. Well, all right. Let me back away from it and turn it down. Okay, how's that? Because according to this, everything is, I'm at 12 decibels. So that's okay. I appreciate it. We'll get it right here. Just missing the reverb. Yeah, it's just a basic set. It's got an echo on it, but I have no idea how that really works. So how about right now? That's 12.5. I'll come down a little bit more. Now I'm at, that's 15. Is that still too low? How about that right now? Somebody give me a, that's okay. All right. Well, I want it to be a little bit better than okay. All right. Let me try, where are we at here? All right, let's try. All right, hold on. Let's try 55. Now I'm at 55 on the volume percentage. So how is that any better? Yay or nay? So whoops, the wrong button there. So let's see here. Let me go up over here. All right. It's popping. Okay. Hard sound. Don't know why. Okay. Well, that's odd. I can always switch back. Okay. Well, let me, now let's see. Now it's turned down. Some treble. Okay. Now I've turned it down. Soft out the sound a little bit. Okay. I sound different, Franco? Yeah, I'm working with this new microphone. Just trying to get it set up correctly. Okay. Now I'm way back from it. How's that sound? Give me a 1 if that sounds okay. I've leaned all right. Sounds like I'm having it plugged into the wrong port. Okay. It's a USB port. It's a USB port. It sounds better now that I'm way back here. Okay. Hold on. Let me move this thing out of the way. And let me go. How about right there? So I've got echo turned all the way off. And I've got, let's see here. I've got it turned down. That's okay. We get the sound right. Now I'm getting the soft, sexy voice. All right. Jemiah says, F it. Yeah, we're fixing it. We're fixing it. I need a little help here. Remember, I told you when I get this, I'll need a little feedback. So how is it right now? This, let's see here. It also says it says the audio has more than 2 channels, but only 1 mono or stereo channels are supported. Please correct the number of audio channels. Everything is turned off. So hold on, wait a minute. Maybe not. Let me check that. Let me do that right here, and yeah, everything is off. Not hard sound no longer. Okay. All righty, I'm getting that. Hit that like button, people. Hit the dislike button. Like I said, we build it as we fly it. It's okay. Somebody said PC is trash. So, oh no. So, so what is going on out there, people? Hopefully it sounds better now. Like I said, I've turned it down. I've got this crazy looking thing on here that's supposed to prevent popping. And just let me know how that sounds. So, so now I like gaming on PC. So it's a lot better now. All right, good. I'll leave it at those settings right there. So we'll stay at those settings right there for now. All right, so I'm not going to move it. I'm not going to touch it. I appreciate the feedback. Slap that like button, people. Slap it hard. I'm the only person that you can slap it for. I want you to slap it to the point where your wife comes in and says, "What are you doing?" And you can say, "I'm slapping it, baby." Also, go ahead and hit the super chat button if you feel so inclined. That will activate the booty warrior for the morning. As you can see, we got a little bit of breaking news. Also, I need to know when Sony is going to announce, but didn't the ponies, Jemiah knows this, didn't these ponies tell us that BLUEPOINT games had been purchased by Sony and that they were going to make an announcement? Oh, hell, I don't know, about a month ago? I mean, didn't they say that to you? Because they said it to me. I was listening to a couple of podcasts that said that this had already happened, and I want to know what the heck's going on. Okay? I want to know. I need help. So I need help with that. All right? I want to know why you guys reported on something that's right. And again, all I know, Sony may announce it here in 10 more minutes. Okay? All right, guys, there's like 15, 20 people in here. I got 4 likes according to this thing, so y'all need to slap it. Okay? If not, I'm just going to go back to a musical interlude. I'll start singing. I'm going to go to the Guitar Center today and pick up my guitar. Y'all better slap that like button. You can tell your wife that. Okay? All right, but I want people, no. I want to know why I got told by people in the PlayStation community that BLUEPOINT games had been bought, okay, when there was nothing official from Sony, except somebody said that they put out some kind of paper or some type of email, and they said, well, people don't make mistakes like that, Craig. Yeah, they do. Okay? Obviously, they did, because if they didn't, they would have announced it already. All right, but check it out, people. Welcome, my family, my friends, to 60 Frames Full Ray Tracing, podcast number 3, because Porter Rock is on the run. I think that, he's going hotel to hotel. He's living like friggin' the Unabomber. I don't know what's going on. So, but everybody give a big shout out to Porter Rock, the panel, myself included on there. And here, I've been off every Tuesday this month to podcast, and and I can't podcast. Meanwhile, I'm missing RGT. And shout out to Big Cloud and to Blaze 4K or Blaze 8K, the way he says it. So, but shout out to everybody, all the subs that are here, everybody that's here. Let's do a big shout out here. Jemiah Dixon is in the house. Appreciate the microphone feedback. Beezer is in the house all the way from across the planet Earth, the round Earth. Eric 83, what's happening? The greatness of the Raiders. Let's see who else is here in the house. Link, what's happening, brother? What's happening? Baltimore MVP, what is going on, my man? Good to see you. Hit that like button. As I call your name, slap it. Slap the like button, people. Also slap it because we're still waiting on that BLUEPOINT announcement, right? As a matter of fact, the people, I'm going to start sending people dirty messages. Like, you told me that there was going to be a BLUEPOINT Games announcement bought by Sony, and I haven't seen it yet. Now, maybe I'm reading the wrong trade. Okay, maybe I'm reading the wrong thing. Where is my BLUEPOINT Games announcement? Okay, where is it? I'm starting to get upset. I'm starting to catch an attitude. I think you all would say, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. I'm starting to feel some kind of way. I think that's what you guys would say, right? Now, I'm sitting back here in my broken Cyberpunk chair. It's broke, guys. My Cyberpunk chair has failed me, and I paid $5.99 for it because I got it like, I procured it in a different kind of way. Let's just put it like that. But within 6 weeks of me having it, it broke. So I can't get a refund. Not even the chair girl can give me a refund. She just told me I'm out of luck. So, but what is going on, people? What is happening? Capono, yeah, y'all need to slap it, man. Slap that like button. I'm not liking that like thing right there. It says I got 8 likes. So, but slap it. I get it. The sound's a little. We're building it as we go. Like I said, guys, it's gonna take a little bit for me to up the ante here and get all the sound correct. Wait till I get my little soundboard thing that's coming in. I mean, I'm gonna be playing with it. I'm gonna be slapping those buttons on there. So, but all right, check it out. We got some information here. We're gonna be talking about why the Series X is being outperformed by the PS5. We're gonna talk about the Unreal 5 demo that was on the PS5, and we're gonna talk to the realization that White Zaddy got something correct last year. I found an article, and we're going to talk about 30 frames per second because now it's okay to have something 30 frames per second for next generation. I personally tried to play Spider-Man at 30 frames per second, and I couldn't do it after playing it at 60. I can't do it, okay? So that's just me. Now, let me make this clear. The 30 FPS mode has HDR. It's 4K native. It has ray tracing and like full ray tracing. It's got machine learning going on. So and it's 30 frames per second. So, and let me make this clear. The cutscenes look phenomenal. I mean, look like, wow. I mean, it looks like a movie. But I can't play at 30 frames per second anymore. I just can't do it. It's not that I won't do it. It's just that if I have an option to play at 60, I'm only going to play at 60 frames per second. I'm not worried about resolution. Look, I will admit, and I will take the L on resolution because I really did think that was important, but now I realize that graphics are way more important than resolution. I'd rather have something at 1080p resolution at ultra graphics, okay? Now, that's just me. Everybody is different. Everybody has a right to their opinion. If you prefer higher resolution, I'll give you a perfect example of a game that looks good but is in it has medium graphics. Is Mass Effect Andromeda on the PlayStation Pro and on the Xbox One X. It is 1800p. So you got your high resolution, but it is in medium graphic settings, okay? Now, remember when I was playing Mass Effect Andromeda on PC, remember I was telling you guys, man, look, I'm playing at 1440p, which is a lower resolution, and 1800p, which is a lower resolution that you can get on the PlayStation Pro. If you have a 4K TV, you actually had a better resolution, but I had the better graphics, and my game looked better. Okay, because I had the better graphics, I had HDR going and all that kind of stuff. So Beeger says he does not see Sony taking BLUEPOINT under their umbrella. Well, again, I was told that they already had done it. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. Where's my announcement? That's all I'm asking. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm saying, where the heck is my announcement? And also, y'all need to slap it. Y'all need to slap it hard, okay? Slap that like button, people. I'm starting to get upset. Slap lives matter. Slap lives matter, people. I'm going to get some T-shirts with that. Slap lives matter. Slap that like button, okay? I do like the cinematics. Look, the reason why we rebelled, Capono, about Mass Effect Andromeda was because we were used to it being on an Unreal type engine. So an engine, I don't know if you're playing A Plague's Tale. I played that a little bit yesterday, and I don't know, I'm sick and tired of this little boy whining and crying about these rats. Okay, I'm sick and tired of it. The rats are here, and for some reason the rats are bloodthirsty. I get it, but that's on an Unreal 4 engine. So remember, you go to a certain point, you have a cinematic cutscene, and then you go to and these are some of the paciest characters I've ever seen in my life. I thought the characters on Life is Strange were pasty. Okay, they don't. These people don't. And there is no ray tracing in the game. Like, I walked across puddles, I didn't even see my reflection. So maybe the characters are vampires. I don't know. But look, the game is fine. But my point is that with Mass Effect Andromeda, they put it on the Frostbite engine, and the combat is really good. It sounds great, but the cinematics are trash. I mean, because Frostbite engine cinematics were trash. Now, it may get better. I'm not here to say that it won't get any better, but it's not as good as Unreal. You got that cinematic look. That's why I like the Gears of War. Gears of War, you got the cinematics, and you kind of go on your linear journey. Granted, Gears 5 gave you more options, but very similar to what Uncharted Lost Legacy did. Lost Legacy it gave you those options. You can go to different points in the game, and you still ended up in the same place, but you know what I'm saying. You could go to different things, you go to different peaks and give you different options. So also, if you're interested, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is like $13 on PlayStation Plus or PS Now or something like that, and it has a full 4K native mode for the PS5. If you're interested in it, it's got a 4K native mode with 60 frames per second. I don't know about ray tracing. I don't think Crystal Dynamics did ray tracing, but one of the things you can look at if you buy Tomb Raider, any of the Tomb Raider games that have come out, that is it Nexus Studios that Sony bought a couple of weeks ago. They're one of the studios who helped do that game. They were support staff. So go check that out, guys. It's only $13. Even I can afford that. Hell, I went to Chick-fil-A this morning and spent $7. So, I'm cheap. I'm cheap as you know what. I'm El Cheapo. I got a cape and a mask that says L up on the front, EL, and it says Cheapo on my chest. And I'll spend $13. I'll probably end up buying that today. So, because I did like those Tomb Raider games. And even Jemiah, he's going to get a kick out of this. Jonah is the biggest blue pill simp in the history of gaming. This man fell out of an airplane, for God's sakes. Fell out of an airplane, and he's still following Laura around, and Laura ain't even trying to give this man a hug. He can't get no hug. He can't get half a boob. He can't get nothing but thrown around, shot at, poison darts, and Laura ain't even trying to give him nothing. She ain't even going to pop him no corn. It's ridiculous, So, but again, it's a good-looking game. Go check it out. I enjoyed it. It's fun to play. I don't like puzzles. I hate puzzles. So I'll play that game, run into a puzzle, then I'm getting online, and I'm going to let online figure it out. Matter of fact, isn't PS5 supposed to have some cheat code or something like that? Why can't I just activate the cheat code and get past these puzzles? Because I'm sick and tired of having to go from my TV screen to my computer, because I am not going to sit up there and solve a daggone puzzle. The heck with that. I want to go through the game, All right, but let's move into the actual podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're tired of me flapping my gums. You're like, what is this podcast even about? All right. So let's look at the fact that Sean Layton came out and said, why is that up there? Okay. So Sean Layton came out and said, midway down, third paragraph, says it's very hard, and this is from Sean Layton, this is today. Sean Layton said it's very hard to launch a $120 million game on a subscription service charging $9.99 a month. He says you pencil it out, you're going to have half a billion subscribers before you start recouping your investment. That's why right now you need to take a loss leading position. That doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm not a numbers guy. Let me make that clear. You have to take a loss leading position to grow that base. He says, but still, if you have only 250 million, that's a quarter billion subscribers, you have 250 million consoles out there, you're not going to get half a billion subscribers. So how do you circle that square? He says nobody has figured it out yet. So what he is doing is he is saying that what he doesn't work for Sony anymore, but he says the answer to that is diversity. So, and the way Microsoft is doing it, they'll say, well, we are being diverse. We have xCloud. We have all these other things, ways to reach gamers. And again, I'm not knocking that. I'm not saying that what Microsoft is doing won't work. It's just I don't know how they do it without losing a ton of money. With that said, they may say it's okay for us to lose money because simply because we think we're going to have a bigger pot at the end of the rainbow. Okay, so and that's what they want to do. That's fine, but I don't know if that's going to work or not. We'll have to wait and see. But this is directly from Sean Layton. This is from GameBiz.com, I believe. If you all want to go read the full article. Again, it just happened. I wasn't able to link it up when I set up my podcast. So let's go ahead and pull this down. And we'll go ahead and turn on the flight sim that I said would be running in the background. Let's browse here. And done. Okay. So again, I personally don't know if this is going to work. Just wrapping that up. I'm not saying it won't. I'm not saying I don't want people saying, oh, well, you're turning against Xbox. No, I don't know if that's going to work. Okay? I'm not saying it won't work. I'm just saying I don't know if it's going to work because the numbers don't make any sense to me. We make that clear. The numbers don't make any sense to me. But again, Microsoft may not care. They may say we can take, we'll take one step. You can take one step forward and two step back and still be in business. We'll have to wait and see how that works. So also I got a poll running. Check out that poll, which simply says, is 30 FPS okay for next-gen games? Like, do you want devs to target 30 FPS with the option for 60 and 120? Or do you want them to target 60 with the option of 30 and maybe 120 coming in down the road? What is you all's opinion? Go ahead, either leave a yes or no. You don't mind it. Actually, this was talked about last year, and how all these people were saying that that Xbox would run everything at 60 would be better. You had Dealer Gaming saying some stuff about a 30 or 40% gulf. Again, not from a developer. I don't recall any developers coming out saying that that Xbox is going to have a major advantage because of compute units and T-flops and things like that. So again, I don't recall developers doing that, but maybe you all can somebody can pull an article, leave a link. It's not a big deal. Let's go ahead and go to the next story, which I think is important, and that is we saw this. We'll go ahead and move into that right now because as of right now, according to these clowns, that talked about how bad 30 frames per second was when we saw it running on the Unreal Engine for Sony. Let's see here. This is actually from Zaddy. This is from Eurogamer. This is last year, guys. It says next-gen games. This is next-gen consoles. Why we will still be playing games at 30 FPS. Now, they did this last year. This is from last year, and this is written by Zaddy himself. Okay? You all see it. It says updated on July 8th, 2020. All right? So, and clearly it says the fact that 30 FPS console video game is clearly not a thing of the past, is what they said. Okay? So it says, in fact, the evidence suggests that the 30 FPS performance target underpins the majority of Sony's impressive first-party offerings. Now, we now know that there's a 30 FPS and a 60 FPS option for Ratchet and Clank and Miles Morales. Now again, this article was done before before Insomniac did their update on both their games, and Guerrilla came out and confirmed there's going to be 60. Oh my goodness gracious! Hold on. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. But 30 FPS, I mean, what is you all's opinion? Because remember the Unreal demo that we saw running on the PlayStation last year, the one that just blew everybody away running on PS5. Remember, that was running at 30 FPS at 1440p. And now later on, Epic came out and said they could have ran it at 60 frames per second. But remember, 30 FPS was attacked by the Xbox community. It was, right? Oh, the PlayStation can't do 60. Oh, how come, that's a brand new engine. It proves this, and this. And they didn't have VRS going on it. All that stuff they were saying. Now we're 1 year later, in hindsight, they're now claiming that 30 FPS is okay for next generation. I mean, this is what they're saying online. I've got them defending 30 FPS on Flight Simulator. Okay, we got them defending 30 FPS on Forza Horizon. Again, I'm not here to say the games are bad. I'm just saying I'm not going to be playing anything at 30 frames per second. Not a Flight Simulator game, not a car racing game. I didn't play Drive Club. Drive Club, and everybody tells me how great Drive Club was. I'm not here to say it's not a great driving game. I didn't play it. Why? It was 30 FPS. All right? When I played Spider-Man on the PlayStation 5, and I tried to play that game at 30 FPS at 4K native with ray tracing and all that, I couldn't do it. It felt like I was in molasses. And I like molasses. Molasses tastes good on my bread. It don't taste good when I'm trying to swing through the city and stop crime. So, but what is you all's opinion on 30 FPS? I, for one, don't care for it as it being next generation. I was playing 30 FPS last generation. I did. Okay, let me get that 100% clear. I played Assassin's Creed at 30 FPS. I played, I was playing 60 as well, like with Gran Turismo and stuff like that. But my driving games and my simulator games need to be at 60 frames per second to simulate life. Okay? All right? It just is. So, but Zaddy goes on to say that, here, let me find that article so I can, there we go. So, it goes on to say here that this is from Zaddy now. It says in his contention, Zaddy's contention, that any move away from the console standard 30 FPS per second has to come from the developer, because while the next-gen consoles from both Sony and Microsoft are highly powerful, the extra horsepower can only go so far. So, again, I can only speak for myself on this. I think the Flight Simulator game is an epic fail at 30, and I don't care that people are saying, well, it's struggling on the 3090, it's struggling on the 3080, it's struggling on the 6800, it's struggling. That's not my fault that you have a PC and you won't turn your settings down to hit 60. I turned my settings down. You all saw that. I was playing that at 1080p. You all saw it, okay? I showed you all the settings. You all should have kept those receipts, as you all say. But I had it at 60 frames per second because it's a simulator. And I turned the graphics, which you all saw. The graphics look fine, okay? We had the graphics on high graphics settings. We had some things in ultra, but not everything was in ultra. Like the clouds were in medium to low. I mean, they're clouds, okay? So now I know PC got a big update on the Flight Sim game like this morning or this afternoon. It's going to get an update. But this article here clearly says that how 30 FPS is done to pretty much for cinematics, which again, I don't have an issue with, okay? But what I got an issue with is these hypocrites saying that 30 FPS was trash, it was corny, it wasn't next generation, and now all of a sudden it's okay because, like I said, Forza Horizon 5 is 30 FPS because that's what and it doesn't have any ray tracing on there according to the developer. According to the developer, it doesn't, okay? We got the medium rare, which is a third-party game. Microsoft can't help that a third-party developer went 30, but they clearly said we went 30 for the cinematics. Okay, fine. They're telling us what I've been telling you, okay? So we're at 30 FPS, guys, and again, let me make this clear. My whole take on this is I don't care, but these hypocrites are hypocrites because the Sony PS5 Unreal Epic demo, Unreal 5 demo wasn't next generation according to the same people because it was 30 FPS and it was only 1440p. Okay, you got to remember that. I remember that. All right, so for them to now turn around and try to say, well, yeah, that was then and this is now, because these guys believe that compute units and T-flops were more important than eliminating bottlenecks, which leads us into the next story about why is the Xbox getting outperformed by the PlayStation. It's being outperformed simply because PlayStation decided to eliminate bottlenecks that Xbox still has. Now, Xbox compensates with VRR, variable refresh rate. They compensate with that. But if you went out, how many of you all went out and bought a brand new 4K TV with VRR on it? The average cost of that TV, and I'm even throwing in the El Cheapo models, you're looking at about $1,300. Okay, so how many guys went out and was able to get that past their woman? I could not get that past my woman. What's up, Paul G? You damn right. You're right. It's time for a Craig Weiser. Hold on. So good. Let me see. Hopefully you all can hear this. All right, everybody, quiet. Ah.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody activated the Booty Warrior. Oh, there he is. $5 from Jemiah Dixon. Shout out to Jemiah Dixon. All right, Jemiah Dixon's going to send me a $25 card. I'm excited. You see how begging for things helps, ladies and gentlemen? Jemiah is supporting the podcast because we are PO. Can't afford the O and the R. I only shop in aisle 1 and aisle 2. And when I go past aisle 8 and 9, I'm like, damn, I can't even get that. If it's not in aisle 1 or aisle 2, I just don't have it. So I be over here smelling like, a bunch of Funyuns that are 8 days old after you left them outside and something crawled into it and died. Because if the soap ain't over there, I ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? So, but Yeah, but what y'all think about 30 FPS? I mean, again, my whole thing, again, let me make this clear. I don't care that something's 30 FPS because I have the option not to use it, not to play it, because I'm not going to insult myself. It's like this black controller that for some reason I bought at GameStop for $70 for PlayStation. I'm looking at it, and it looks beautiful. I'm not here. I haven't opened up the box, though, because I don't want something small and black in my hand. I mean, I can't do it. When these people talk about I can't wait to play the PlayStation with my new black controller, how do you square that having something small and black in your hand? There ain't nothing small and black up over here where I'm at. My microphone is black. It's big. The little round thing in front of it is big. My PONIES joystick that I use to play my flight sim games at 60 frames per second, big, big, big. My keyboard is black. It's big, okay? My mouse is black. It's it actually engulfs my whole hand, and I got one of those Corsair gaming ones too. It's got like a bunch of buttons. So I don't know how you square that. Like I said, I'm going to take my gamepad back, wireless controller back, and get the red one because that red is fine. My can of Coke I have is fine. My Craigweiser is red, okay? That's in my hand. But I ain't putting nothing small. It ain't happening. How do you square that? How do you look yourself in the face and say, it ain't happening, man? Even the lighted pad, the gaming mouse pad, the USB pad that I have my keyboard sitting on is black, and it's big. It takes up the whole desk. My screen from Dell is black, humongous, 1440p, 32 inches, okay? So there ain't nothing small and black up over here. Nothing. I don't even have speakers up over here. A girl be like, we need to get some speakers or something like that. Okay, fine. I'm not doing it. The only thing that's small and black here in my house is my Alexa. Alexa, how tall are you? See, even the Alexa says this height is just right. So I'm telling you guys, I don't know how you do it, man. But hold on, let me take another swig of the old Kentucky. Ah. Woo! Oh. All right. That cleared my sinuses. But again, 30 FPS. How do you all square that? Okay. When you said it was trash, it was corny. PS5 couldn't do 60. Epic had to do it at 30. Again, let me make this clear. I don't know how you guys. The reason why Porter Rock was able to pull all your pants down in your debates is because of your hypocrisy. Okay? Porter Rock won every debate against these Xbox guys because Porter Rock used your own words against you. When you're a hypocrite and you go into a debate, you are going to get crushed. It doesn't matter. Okay? What's up, Lightning Uppercut? Is Nexus responsible for this upgrade for Tomb Raider on PS5? Well, it was just Crystal Dynamics. So as far as the support studios, I think Nexus was one of the studios that helped design the original Tomb Raider games. They were a support staff studio, I believe. So they also helped port it to PC, and you've seen it on PC, right? It was one of the NVIDIA's early games they showed for ray tracing. It was Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Battlefield. So, but check it out. I'm asking you all if you all are going to buy it because now Sony owns that studio that helped do that game. It was a support studio, so and it's $13. So just go check it out if you have it, and you gotta if you want to know what a blue pill simp is. If you've never played Tomb Raider, that dude Jonah is as blue pill as you can get. Okay, that's as blue. That literally is a blue pill man. Okay, like I said, the man fell out of an airplane. He's getting attacked by tigers and bears, and he ain't even getting she ain't even popping him no corn. She's not buttering the popcorn for him. She just keeps yelling at him. So it's this guy, and he keeps taking it. I mean, that game for me, it would just be a giant belt And you would hear, like when you're taking your belt off and you're unzipping your pants, that's what you would hear in my Tomb Raider game. Be like, oh, you want me to go do this? Clank, 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 zip. All right. Oh, you want me to go cover you from above while you getting chased by tigers? All right. Clank, clank, zip. That's what it would sound like. It would be if the game would last about 5 hours, though. It would be like DLC. Because that's how long and strong a brother man got to take it to the hole, right? But again, let's move on to the next story. I'm getting off my topics here. So here we go here. Now let's move to the next story. Let's go ahead and move on to the next story. So let's see here. Let me go here. Oh, we're going to talk about the Unreal Engine. How many of y'all saw that Unreal demo on the Xbox running at 30 frames per second? I mean, that's what it was. Let's see. Let's type this in. Unreal. Okay, Unreal 5. See if this will work. Is this the one? Metro, don't want to use that one. Okay, let's use comicbook.com. They're pretty. Oh, yeah, comicbook.com. Okay. Sugar free. All right. Let's see. Let me go over here. Let me pull that down. Let's make it small. All right. Now, this is from comicbook.com, people. So, all right. So, says here that, let's see here. We'll just put this up about right here. And we'll go here. Oh, there. There. Okay. Got it. All right. So, says here that Coalition has released a pair of tech demos using Unreal 5. How many of you all saw it? I thought it looked fantastic. I thought it did. Says these demos do not represent a game in production. That is from Coalition. So do not run around and say, please don't run around and say that this is a new game in production. It's not. It's not. Okay? But it shows how the developer is looking into the future. So it does. Says here that the Coalition used Unreal Engine 4 while developing 2019 Gears 5. Woohoo! Told you, we just talked about that. Okay. Hold on, wait a minute. Target's got Egos on sale for $1.99. I may have to leave this podcast. I may have to hook a brother up. Okay. All right. So the Coalition used that, yes, and it says give an idea what they may be able to do in the future for gaming using the latest engine. The character model in the video at the top of this page looks nothing short of incredible, and it will be amazing to see how this tech is used in future games. I agree with that. Now, let me make this clear. The demo was running at 30 frames per second, okay? The demo was running at 30 frames per second. The demo was using DSR, dynamic range scaling on resolution, so it toggled between 1080p and 1440p. Now, remember, these guys had a problem with 1080p and 1440p. Again, resolution isn't important as the graphics. This demo proves it, okay? The demo that PlayStation ran on it last year, the demo that they ran on it was 1440p. It looked fantastic. You cannot deny. I'm still shocked by what I saw. Shocked. Like, I still watch that video. Like, how do they make stuff like this? So, it's amazing. It was amazing how they were able to do that. Oh, what else is amazing? My old Kentucky home. That was a little bit smoother. All right. So it says fans of the Gears franchise, like me, I'm a fan of the Gears franchise. They should make a movie out of it. Sony should make a Gears of War movie. So I think this is great news if Sony's able to do this. So, but this happened at the Game Developers Conference. So in 2021, it says, but now fans of Xbox and Gears can get a glimpse. You can look at it for yourself. To me, I was very excited for it. So now I'm not going to get into the triangles and the how many polygons, but it took, for reference, the PS5 demo was better optimized. Doesn't mean that the Coalition demo was trash. This means that the PS5 version was better. I mean, it's just, you know, shout out to Porter Rock. Like he said, whoever thought a RDNA 1.5 console would be doing what it's doing. So, you know, Porter Rock being facetious there. So, so we can't, yeah, I think, now let me make this clear. I think the Series X will be fine 2 to 3 years down the road. I think right now they're going to have issues keeping up with PlayStation because PlayStation has better studios. I know Xbox has more studios. PlayStation has better talent, okay? That's just all there is to it. You take talent plus time, and you are going to get devastatingly great-looking games. The Last of Us Part 2 is one of the best-looking. The Last of Us Part 2 is the best-looking video game I've seen until I played. I played Detroit Become Human, which was the best-looking video game I'd seen. Until I saw The Last of Us Part 2, then I saw Ratchet and Clank, and I don't like games like Ratchet and Clank. I don't. But that game is just fun. I'm playing that game, I have a smile on my face. All right? It's just a fun game to play. So, and love it. You know, they even gave that Rivet a butt. Somebody took a close-up picture of her butt. So, but it looks great. It's a great-looking game. So, so it says, are you excited to see what Coalition does with the Unreal 5 engine? Well, I for one am. I'll speak for myself. I for one am because I will be buying the next Gears game. I always buy Gears. So when Gears 6 comes out, I will be playing, even if I have to go out and my PC should be done by the time Gears 6 get here. For all you all who don't know, and shout out to Jemiah Dixon, I asked him, should I buy a 570X motherboard or should I buy the 550B motherboard? And Jemiah said to go with the 570 motherboard. So it's looking like the 570, and I'm going to get a new CPU. And I think the 3600X is something that I can get, but the gift card that he's able to possibly shovel to me, I'll go ahead and use it on the motherboard. Okay, and so that's what I'm looking to do with the cash. I mean, all the money is donated does go to upgrading things around, you know, for the podcast. That's just the way it's going to be. Now, I'm still looking for a 6700X GPU. I know that's going to take me till next year, so I know that. So I'll start saving for that like in September. So let's see here. Craig, we needed a break from Gears though. That's fine. That's fine. I mean, I've been playing Gears since the 360, so I'm not going to stop playing Gears because, like I said, there are no puzzles. They give me a gun, they let me throw grenades, and they give me a target. That's it. That's all I need to go and enjoy myself. What did that woman say in Aliens, that Marine? She said, you can tell me about their lifespan and how they grow up. I don't care. I just need to know where they are so I can kill them. You know, she said, I just need to know one thing: where they are, where they're at. So the demo was short. Well, that's you're right. It's a demonstration. It's not supposed to be long. The PS5 demo was what, like 6 minutes? Was it less than 6 minutes? So don't get ahead of yourselves, people. So let me go ahead and close the poll. The attempt to close the poll is not letting me close the poll. Okay, so it must not like me. So let's go to our last story because I find this interesting. And shout out to, is it Red Tech Gaming, Paul, or Red Tech Gaming? I think that's who it was. So let's go up here. We'll talk about some RDNA 3. Let's see, where is it? Okay. Because I know you all think compute units is a big deal and all that kind of stuff. But for some reason, and this is a rumor, let me highlight that this is a rumor. Let's see here. There we go. RDNA 3, aka Big Navi, aka PS5. Says here that this is from WCC Tech, from Hassan Chop himself. The Radeon RX 7900 XT GPU could feature up to 15,360 cores, or compute units will be dropped in favor of WGP. Wow. Now, which one of these consoles right now uses less compute units? I believe it's the PlayStation 5, right? And I'm standing by 10 toes down that the PS5 does have a version of RDNA 3 in it, and that's why it has less compute units. Okay? Because we're seeing the performance, and it's really hard to understand why the PS5 is able to do what it's doing. Because based on the compute units that it has, I know it's overclocked and the way it can wipe out its cache and move information, that's all true. But the mere fact that this rumor, and this is a rumor, that RDNA 3 may drop compute units in favor of WGP, I find that interesting, Smithers. Okay? I find that interesting that the PS5 has 36 compute units and is delivering what it can do, but now you're getting information, albeit a rumor, let's make that clear, that they could drop compute units because of RDNA 3. Do you see the working logic? Now, you can say I'm reaching, and that's perfectly fine. You can say I'm turning into Jack Reacher. Again, that's perfectly fine that you say that. I guess what? I got no choice but to take it. But you got to admit that this is starting to smell a little bit like a Scooby-Doo mystery now. You got 36 compute units in your PS5, and now you've got RDNA 3. You're being told they could drop compute units altogether. Like Method Man, the song, all together now. Okay? What's that? I didn't hear you. Come on a little louder. You know, remember that song from back in the day? But you probably don't if you listen. I mean, you all are listening. I mean, look, my generation, we had Wu-Tang Clan, Public Enemy, friggin', A Tribe Called Quest, Big Daddy Kane, NWA. You all are listening to Little Nas X. So, seriously, you all are listening to Little Nas X. Really? Really? And you wonder why your generation is called trash. Maybe you ought to look at what you're listening to. We can go rock. We had Journey. We had Boston. We had Van Halen. What are you all listening to? Okay, what are you listening to? So, all right, man. So let's so again, and I'm going to make sure that, and I will stand up, and when they announced was completely in the PS5, they don't say it has RDNA 3. I'll come out and say I was wrong. And I'll still, guess what I'll do? I'll go ahead and tap the Rockies like I'm about to right now. Hold on. Versus Great says I should look at IGN's video on Shadow of the Tomb Raider after the Ultra Textures update for PS5. It looks as good as running on a high-end PC. Yeah, again, remember, guys, your PS5s are the equivalent of running, if you're looking at NVIDIA, it's like you have like a 2070 to 2080, and the Xbox is at a 2060 to 2070, okay? That's where you're at. Slap it, people. Slap that like button. So, yeah, we guys, we told you all this, okay? We told you all this already. So, yeah, I'm not surprised. Look, I'm going to probably buy the game. I'm gonna probably buy Shadow of the Tomb Raider and look at it. Look at the update. Also, I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla got another update today. I think if you all are still playing Valhalla, give me $1. Shout out to Jay Bari. Let's see here. Let's keep reading a little bit more. Now, these are rumors. Says we're seeing a lot of rumors regarding AMD's RDNA 3 GPUs pop up recently. So I guess the 7000 series is going to be RDNA 3. Says last we heard the AMD Big Navi GPU within RDNA 3, the Navi 31 was going for feature 240 compute units or 120 CUs per die for a grand total of 15,360. Good Lord. Says, but beyond 3D forum member, I can't read that, is quite confident that the or era, or as you all would say in Mississippi, of compute unit is over, and AMD is moving over to WGP, or work group processors, as the main core block of its next-gen GPUs. Says the compute unit has been the fundamental block of the AMD GPU family for almost a decade, but with next generation multi-chiplet die GPUs, that overall number CUs is going to increase dramatically. As such, a dramatic change is also required, and AMD might have decided to use work group processors as the main compute block. As reported previously, each Navi 31, the 3 series and or RDNA 3 GPU die will feature 30 work group processors and 256 stream processors per WGP. Which one of these consoles concentrated on streaming data? Xbox or PlayStation 5? Which one? It's not that they both can't do it, because they can both do it. Okay? But one of them prioritized it, and the other one prioritized compute units. What is in, now according to this article, and it's a rumor, what is AMD's future chipset? What is it? Are they going to concentrate on compute units? Or are they going to concentrate on streaming in data through this WGP? Which one? Again, it's a rumor. It is a rumor, but I don't want to hear, because again, they still have not disclosed what's in that PS5. If you have a PS5, and I know a lot of people are still trying to get them, you actually have something in your house and you don't know what's in there. Okay? They have disclosed just enough where you can buy one. But they're not going to tell you exactly what's in there because, again, and I'm feeling bullish on this at this point. Oh, my God. Hold on. I'm on a roll. I'm cooking. Always when I'm cooking. So again, just think about that. AMD's future roadmap. Sony and AMD not disclosing everything in the PS5. More information about RDNA 3. RDNA 3 concentrating on data streaming. Again, it's not that, let me make this clear. It's not that the Xbox can't do data streaming. We know it can. How do we know it can? Because the Microsoft Flight Sim game, you have to stream the data in real time in order to get the upgrades. Remember when we were playing, when we were playing that game, what you saw on the screen had been streamed and updated within like 2 hours. So when we flew over the Statue of Liberty, the boat, remember we flew over that luxury boat, that yacht was there in real life. It had been there at least within the last 2 hours, okay? The traffic that you saw around New York, that's what you saw. So again, it's not, but PlayStation really concentrated on it. So again, well, I have to wait and see. And look, guys, I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong, but when am I ever wrong? You know what I'm saying? When am I ever wrong? You know, so just look at it like that. Look at the information that's starting to come out. Look at who's picking up the information. Again, if it is great, but there's something I think we're going to have to call Shaggy and Daphne and Fred and Velma and Scooby, because I'm smelling something here. You know, I'm smelling something. And the reason I say this for the last story is because it is a rumor. It's a rumor. But I'm smelling fish. I'm thinking Grandma's coming over. She's going to be battering that fish. Your mama's getting the grease ready. Your daddy went to the store to go get the hot sauce. Okay? Something's cooking. Somebody's getting the black pepper. Okay? Somebody's getting the hot spicy mustard. So I'm just saying, man, can you imagine? Well, I'm not going to say nothing more. All right. But guys, that is it. That is the end of 60 Frames Full Ray Tracing Podcast. Shout out to Jay Barry, Porter Rock, J Dub, and Optimus Code. Shout out to all of them. So, yeah. But let me go ahead and pull this down right here. So yeah, but hopefully Tony C, whatever you want to use on it. I'm a Zazarans man myself, but Tony's is good too. But let me say, we're still working on the sounds. I appreciate it. Tomorrow I'm going to get the soundboard. Okay, we're getting the soundboard tomorrow, and so yeah. You know, it is what it is, and we're gonna have a good time with that. So, hey, they're listening to Little Nas X. So, I mean, just it is what it is. I mean, we had KRS-One and Big Daddy Kane and LL Cool J. I got Little Nas X. So I'm just leaving it there. So textures and shaders give you better graphics. Yes. Textures will be, you hear somebody say high settings, ultra settings. We're talking about textures. So shout out to Next Gen 720. Shout out to Sick Humor TV for Sick Humor, the No Cat podcast. Like he said, the shading and the shading work and the textures is way more important than your resolution. Okay. It is what it is. Let me see this. Anybody was at work calling? No, actually, it was not work calling. So I've been talking to them though today. Had to get my credentials in by like the end of the month, or else my credentials will expire. So I'm doing that now. So let me see who else is here. I want to make sure I give everybody a shout out before I go. Let's see here. Elvis was calling. Oh, we had Pink Floyd. Yeah, Pink Floyd was my generation. Let's see here. The Beatles, no, that was before my time. I do have all of the Beatles albums, though. They're albums. I have them. So, not that remix stuff. I have the original mono. I don't have the digital stuff. I have the original recording stuff. So, let's see here. Make sure I give everybody a shout out that's here. What's up, Paul G? Let's see here. Bone Thugs and Harmony. That's what, the mid-90s. So, yeah, they were produced by Eazy-E. I don't know if you all remember that. Eazy-E, rest in power. He did produce Bone Thugs and Harmony. So, what's up, Chris B? Hit that like button, people. So, nobody else really sounded like Bone. Well, I mean, maybe. I mean, there were a couple of groups, DOS Effects, but they had a little beef with Lords of the Underground. They were saying, Lords of the Underground was saying that they stole their sound, all that kind of stuff. So I don't know about that. I've listened to Lords of the Underground. I've got 2 of their albums. Their DJ is from Cleveland, Ohio. So, yeah, I have their stuff. But, yeah, I don't, they claim it. I mean, again, I don't know. So, but Lords of the Underground, they were college guys. So, Corey Massey says he's so tired of PlayStation podcasts keeping Xbox relevant by continuing to engage with them in these stupid tech debates. Yeah, I know. That's why I just report what's out there, and I call it a day. They immediately run to VRR, and it's like, look, dude, look, my guy, if Xbox has to have VRR just to place games stable, and its competitor does not have VRR, let's make that clear. There's been no VRR support announcement on the PS5, but it's almost like they don't have to have it because the games are stable. Okay? So, it says, don't forget Eazy-E. Eazy-E was in NWA. So, yeah. But he was in the original NWA. The original NWA did not have Ice Cube in there. It was just Eazy-E, MC Ren, a couple other people, but yeah, I don't think Ice Cube came till later on. So, yep, Journey, man, they were something else, man. Journey, Boston, all those guys, something else. Rat Beast, Roman, running around acting like kids. Well, I mean, you got to understand, as hip-hop got more popular, the beef started with, where did it start? People in the Bronx say it started there. People out Queens say it started there. People in Brooklyn say it started there. So if you want to go back to the early hip-hop days, the Queensbridge Wars between MC Shan and his crew and KRS-One and Boogie Down Productions, those were some classics. With Roxanne Shante, all of them, that beef. And understanding, rest in peace, Biz Markie. You say he's just a friend, but you say he's just a friend. Yeah, that guy passed. So he was 57 years old. So, guys, yeah, take care of yourselves, guys. I get it. But we don't like going to the doctor. We don't like saying stuff's wrong. But yeah, just go get a checkup once or twice a year. It's okay. It's all right. Not the end of your world. But Biz Markie was part of MC Shan's crew. Biz Markie, Big Daddy Kane was in his crew. Mellow Man Ace was in MC Shan's crew, and Roxanne Shante. KRS-One dissed all of them on The Bridge Is Over. Dissed them all on The Bridge Is Over. So if you want to hear a good diss track, your top 2 diss tracks is The Bridge Is Over by KRS-One, talking about MC Shan, and which call it a diss track, Ice Cube's No Vaseline. Those are brutal diss tracks. So one step below that, I would say, is Busy B got dissed by Kumo D. And Kumo D came up destroying people. He destroyed Busy B. He destroyed LL Cool J. And LL Cool J, I get it. You guys see him on TV. To you, he's an actor. No. Go back and listen to LL stuff. LL has some of the dopest rhymes we've ever heard. Jiggling Baby, I'm Bad, all that stuff. Roundaway Girl, all that. Pink cookies in a plastic bag getting crushed by buildings. I mean, he has some dope lyrics in his song on his albums, man. So you all go check him out. So, Wilkins says Das Effects was New York Giggity Flow. Jay-Z used to be back in the day where you would everything all say, yeah. Bone sounded similar to 3 6 Mafia and Twista. Yeah, and it's hard to believe that Twista beat Eminem in Rap America. A lot of people don't. That's how Twista got his big contract. And his song, Twista's song, was produced by a man I think it's Kanye West. Produced Overnight Celebrity. And Eminem lost Rap America and got produced by Dr. Dre. Look how that turned out. So Tim Dogs, yeah, that was okay. That was okay. And I mean, look, and Two Live Crew diss. I don't know, Two Live Crew diss Dr. Dre. They had that picture of him when he was with World Class Wrecking Crew, and he was dressed up and had that makeup on. Like, Luther Campbell took out a billboard in Compton and put that up there. Like, hey, is this your king, or is this your hero? Or it said something like this. And man, oh man, that kind of ended that. Because Luther Campbell was one of the first people to use media. Luther Campbell taught a lot of Two Live Crew, that Luther Campbell taught a lot of the rappers today how to use the mainstream media to advance different narratives and different messages. So, I'm serious. I mean, the rappers do it differently today. They use YouTube, they use Instagram, stuff like that. But they're doing what Luther Campbell did back in the day. So, Bone 3, the 3-6 Mafia. See, I think they're okay. They're okay. I don't think they're worth dissing. But most of them. I mean, there's been some good ones. Was it Tip? Tip had that beef with that dude that was straight trash. They had a song called Sunshine. Lil Flip against T.I. That's a little more recent for you guys. T.I. is acting now. But T.I. got himself in some trouble. So, but I'm just saying, you know, if you go back to KRS-One, just listen to it on YouTube. Listen to The Bridge Is Over. Just listen to what he's saying and pull it up on YouTube. Type in The Bridge Is One lyrics, and the lyrics will come up on the screen, and you can just listen to them. I mean, he ripped Roxanne Shante. He ripped. I mean, he ripped her. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, he ripped Mr. Magic in that song. He flat said MC Shan was garbage. I mean, called him trash. I mean, wow. I was like, man, oh man, you know. So, anybody with the name Lil in it is trash. So, yeah, I think LL's a better rapper than Jay-Z. I agree. Ain't like and look, I think Nas is a better rapper than Jay-Z. You know, there's nothing wrong with Jay-Z, but his stuff don't flow as well as Nas's did back in the day. Now, Jay-Z has had, let's admit, Andrew, we got to both admit that Jay-Z's had better staying power. I think you would agree with that. But I agree with you lyrically. Nah, I don't think he can match LL or Nas. So, I think LL is from Brooklyn, isn't he? And is he Brooklyn? Is LL from Brooklyn, or is he from Long Island? But like Public Enemy, they from Long Island. Ain't nobody touching Chuck D. People are afraid of Public Enemy. So Chuck D said that in the song, Rebel Without a Pause. Okay? You're scared of dissing us. The crowd is missing us. You know? So, I mean, he just flat called them out. So, yeah, but anything, look, Lil anything's trash. Tell you what, somebody who had some decent rhymes back in the day is Fresh Prince, Will Smith. He had some decent stuff back in the day. You know, there's stuff that came out. I bought Big Willie Style. Came out, what, in the 90s? So that song had Miami on there. That was pretty tight. And it still has Summertime on there. I mean, it's just easy listening stuff, you know. Yeah, I ain't listening to no Chopped and Screwed, so yeah, they can keep that. Bridges Over's Mad Fire. Yeah, that's probably the most brutalist diss song. The first diss song he did on MC Shan was called South Bronx, and then MC Shan came back with a song called Reggae Rapper, and then KRS-One did The Bridge Is Over. And I think The Bridge Is Over, they did that on 4 tracks in one take, because he said it cost them $50 an hour to rent the studio with 4 tracks. So, because when you listen to early hip hop, most of it's on 4 tracks. The stuff they got now is amazing. Like, it's so good at this point. The production is so good that the MCs can be trash. Okay, because they can just be flat out garbage. Okay, if you want to hear some garbage MCs, I'm talking about garbage. Listen to the Madden 21, Madden last year. Listen to that soundtrack. Forget about the game. You ain't got to play the game. The soundtrack was trash. I mean, that soundtrack hasn't been good since 2003. But listen to it. I mean, they got, I mean, this, listen to like, what is this? You all are listening to this? So, so LL is Queens. Okay, yeah, Queens. All right. Yeah, like I said, if LL had his beefs coming up too. Remember, Andrew, he got into it with Kumo D. I think Kumo D pulled his scalp off. Kumo D did a song called Death Blow. I mean, was using the LL, called him lousy lover. I mean, he just ran through all kind of stuff, just like, golly. He had a song called Let's Go. He had a song called Let's Go. He had a song called Death Blow. Totally ripped LL Cool J. Like, LL Cool J went on Arsenio Hall show back in the day and said, he's done with it. It's over. So, the MC Shan supposed to be Will Smith's role, was in Fresh Prince. Yeah, you can see that. You can see that. Yeah. And I'm trying to think, like, MC, there's nobody that's out right now that you all could copy those. You guys used to have them. But there was a whole scene. Like, you know, Big Daddy Kane was copied. But he wasn't copied. Big Daddy Kane copied Granddaddy IU. I mean, same flow, same style, same clothing, same hat. I mean, it was the same, you know. So, but yeah, this you all can pull this up on YouTube. Just type in, you can type in KRS-One Talks Hip Hop, and KRS-One has 1.5 hour, 2 hour seminars where he goes to colleges all around the world. Okay, all around the world, and he talks about the history of hip hop. So, and it really cool stories on how it all got started. So, but yeah, you have to check it out. Just know your history. If you're gonna listen to hip hop, know your history. Okay, so because the history is much greater. Hip hop was actually adopted at the United Nations as a culture, as an actual culture. So when that happened, it was like, wow, they've taken this thing from the streets to the United Nations and got it adopted as a culture to where it is now. Y'all got Lil Nas X. How did we go from, it's like The Rock said, how did wrestling go from Stone Cold Steve Austin, the toughest SOB in the business, to John Cena talking about, you can't see me, you can't see me. But, you know, that's kind of what you all have at this point. You know, so how do you go from Stone Cold coming out there drinking beer to you can't see me? Okay. But you all did it. You all did it. So, all right, guys, that is it. I am going to get on off here. I do have to make some phone calls, as you can tell. Corey Massey says, so many stupid fanboys asking for VRR. You only need VRR if you have poor frame rate issues. I'd rather games fixed frame rates than focus on coming up. I don't disagree with that. Yeah, VRR, FreeSync, and G-Sync. FreeSync and G-Sync is VRR. It's just VRR is AMD calls it FreeSync, and NVIDIA calls VRR G-Sync. But the generic name is like if you say I need an ibuprofen, okay? Ibuprofen, I believe, is the generic name. And you'll say, oh, I need a bear. I need some, you know, then they have the generic name, or the consumer name is what it's called. So, yeah, Andrew Rakim, yep, you're right. Rakim, to this day, Rakim, they worship the ground Rakim walks on. He goes anywhere in New York City. If you people recognize him, they buy him lunch, dinner. Seriously, this is real. That guy is royalty in hip hop. I agree with you. Lyrics of Fury. Everybody listen to Lyrics of Fury today. Today, listen to the song called Lyrics of Fury. Pull it up on YouTube, put in your headset, type in Lyrics of Fury, lyrics.
Listen to Rakim flowing on a James Brown track. If the James Brown track he's rapping on is called Funky Drummer, okay? Listen to that. The dude just rolls. It's like a rock skipping over a lake. That's the way hip-hop should sound to you. It should be like you take a rock, a flat rock, and you throw it across a lake, and it just skip, 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 skip. It's a nice skipping motion. It shouldn't sound like what you all are listening to, okay? I don't know what the hell y'all are listening to. I can't listen to it. I like jazz now. You know, I'm old. I appreciate jazz. I like my Boney James and Kenny G. You know, you give me that. Give me some Herb Alpert. Give me some, you know, I go back and listen to the classics. You know, Ron Carter, you know. So, yeah. But you think VRR should help that game? What game? You're playing Returnal and it drops into the 40s? Yeah, but does it stay there? Does it stay there or does it come right back? So, I mean, if it's coming right back, then, oh yeah, VRR could. It's not that it won't help. It's just that overall, Returnal's frame rate is steady. But I'm not here to say it doesn't have rate drops, though, because all games have frame rate drops. But, yeah, if I like the Flight Sim game you all are looking at right now, I don't have VSync on because I want the frame rate to hit in the 90s. You all saw me playing it yesterday when I was in that dogfight. Okay? So, I'm not playing around when I'm up there trying to shoot somebody down. I don't want a locked frame rate. I want to be able to hit 80s and 90s, which that's what you saw yesterday. In real time. The game was, I think I pulled it up. We were at 81, and at some point we got to 90. So again, it's just a matter of when I see guys saying, "Oh, the PC guys, they'll spend hours in their settings." You're right. You are correct. We will spend hours in our settings trying to get it right. You're right. I mean, nobody's gonna lie to you all about that. So, does Rakim? Yeah, but remember, Andrew, the early rappers, they weren't looking for mainstream success. Remember that? I mean, yeah, that's the thing now. See, it's in their contracts. These guys sign contracts, and it's like, oh, well, if you get a song, go back to, I guess a recent one was with these two women, Shoot Fire. Was it Remy Ma and Nicki Minaj? Remy Ma destroyed Nicki Minaj, destroyed her. Like, Nicki Minaj's career ended when Sheether came out because what she said in Sheether about Nicki having to have people write stuff for her, and she's more interested in selling records and selling an image and selling than keeping it real and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff turned out to be true because remember, Nicki Minaj did not come out with a response. Generally, if you get dissed in hip-hop, you got to come back and you got to come back strong because hip-hop demands you to come back. Even though Eminem destroyed the Insane Clown Posse, and he did, the Insane Clown Posse tried. I mean, he got into it. Eminem got into it with Machine Gun Kelly. People like Machine Gun Kelly may get him. Then Eminem dropped that track that how much studio help that Machine Gun Kelly got, and Machine Gun Kelly went away. It's not that Machine Gun Kelly he's still out there, okay? But it's like, dude, you got clown. Shoot Fire. Ja Rule got into it with 50 Cent. 50 Cent ended Ja Rule. Clowning so hard, people quit taking Ja Rule seriously. I mean, but yeah, I mean, you got these, you got these. Nicki Minaj's career ended. Like, where did she go? She was up there doing Pepsi commercials, talking about for life, for life. Where is she? Well, Remy Ma ended her career. That's what happened. Nicki Minaj had to fly over. Nicki Minaj was like in London or France when Sheether came out, and she had to fly something called a Meek Mill and something called a Drake over to where she was, or maybe she just flew one of the two over to help her write a diss track But that's what she got dissed about. You see what I'm saying? You got dissed for having to do this, to have people write shit for you, and she did exactly what Remy Ma said. So it's just kind of like, was Remy correct about you? Well, yeah. Now she's married, living on it, which is fine. She made her money, but she's done. Okay, what's going on here, Big Cloud? About to get on off here. Nicki had like 3 albums dropped since then. Yeah, are they any good? Albums? Like real albums? Like she dropped 16 tracks, or she just dropped 3 songs? So, you know, she just dropped 3 songs. But Remy Ma destroyed her. Destroyed her. You know, so, and that's ended. Your career is over. It's done. You know, when the same thing happened to the Black Eyed Peas. Everybody thinks the Black Eyed Peas was around way before they did Let's Get It Started, way before they did. Matter of fact, the Black Eyed Peas knew they sold out. They sold out so bad that Saturday Night Live made fun of them. Literally said that how did they put it? The Black Eyed Peas sold out so bad they wouldn't even answer the phone unless somebody sponsored their phone call getting answered. Like their phone was ringing. They were like, was somebody going to answer the phone? Well, we don't have a sponsor for it, therefore we're not going to answer the phone. And then they were like, well, somebody's going to give you $10,000 to answer the phone. Oh, okay. I mean, they were making fun of them. So, but there was a group that came out called the Far East Movement, and that ended them. And it was so bad for the Black Eyed Peas, they knew it was over, so they did a song called I'm a Bee. And the song I'm a Bee is about them selling out, making a lot of money, and now they're going to be living that good life. That's what the song's about. Okay? We sold out, we made a lot of money, and now we are going to be I'm going to be living a good life. That's what he says at the end. I'm going to be living that good life. I'm going to be living that good life. You know, so that's what it's about. So, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, we were talking about ray tracing and all that kind of stuff. But, guys, I'm going to get on off here. I do got to call some people back because the phone's been ringing mercilessly. So, I will talk to you guys later. I appreciate you being here. Love you all. You all have a good rest of your day. Peace.